the walk-in be a little bit brighter. He's that staying type, but yeah, he's a lovely horse, but I prefer him later.
Here's Wetor, number 4, Willie Pike, riding for Peter and Paul Snowden.
Well, he's a very good horse. He's a Doomben Cup winner. He's had the 77 days off, only having 1 run last preparation. Probably a start-off race for him, but don't disrespect him.
Yeah, he's the boy. He nearly got it.
As Adamo does another lap. I reckon he's got 2 or 3 more laps in him too, Corey.
No, he'll have it by then.
Paces.
Did you want to talk about Wetor, or your nerves are shattered?
My nerves are gone. I need another lap.
Okay, Laws of Indices, another one for Annabelle here, and Ryan Maloney. Could it be the Maloney-Neesham show again here off the back of Sunshine in Paris? Here's Laws of Indices.
Yeah, look at the glow on him. He's paraded really well. He's a good horse. I know he finds it hard to win races, but he's been competitive at the top level all the way through. Could he go forward here and run a cheeky little race?
If you're betting on just looks alone, you'd put this bloke on top. He looks a picture of health. His coat's glowing. He's paraded really, really well. He'll probably take good benefit out of the run, but yeah, if you're betting on looks alone, he'd be on top.
Stockman, Clipperton rides for Pride.
Yeah, he's just ticking along for the longer races. The sit sprint was against him in the Apollo. Look, his best chance to run a place would have been a wet track, which he hasn't got.
Yeah, I prefer others. He does look good. He looks forward, but there's improvement in him. But yeah, I prefer him on other days.
Arapaho, number 7, Rachel King, Bjorn Baker.
Thought he was pretty good at weight for age first up. That may have just knocked the edge off him though, and he might want a touch further now.
Yeah, I thought he ran good too first up. Rachel King gave him a good ride. She gave him a little bit of a squeeze from the gate and settled further forward than he normally does. Drawn soft again. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to ride him similar sort of way.
Same colours as Arapaho on Benno. Chad Schofield wears the white cap. John O'Shea, the trainer.
He's had a nice spell since the Caulfield Cup, resumes with blinkers off. I thought he trialled really well, and he was very good in the Wink Stakes first up last preparation. We're all raving about his performance, and there's a chance with those couple of trials he might be more forward first up this preparation. He's a place chance at big odds, this horse.
He looks more forward as well, Ronnie, and he looks a lot brighter than what he normally does. I know he's one of those horses, he's always promised but never really delivered, but I wouldn't be surprised if this horse sailed home from sort of a back position over the top of them.
El Bodegon, number 9, Regan Bayliss riding for Chris Waller.
Well, I think we expected more from him first up, but he just didn't cope with the 1400 there. So the extra distance, you'd want to see him go better today because he's more than capable. He's got enormous form. Yeah,
just map's a bit tricky for mine. I didn't mind his run. Yeah, but I just prefer others today just because of that barrier.
She's a 4-time Group 1 winning mare, Montefilia. Dylan Gibbons on for David Payne.
Yep, I fell for a last preparation there early in the prep. I think she may just need a run or two to come right, and probably 2,000 metres now. Yeah, if you go back 2 preparations, she was racing in terrific form. She was a little bit sort of lacklustre last time through, but I didn't mind her trials. I thought she's been ticking over nicely. She's going to get a nice enough run from that gate, and another one for Dylan Gibbons.
And then we get to the Waller pair, the 2 4-year-old mares. Firstly, Fangirl, Kieran McAvoy. Well, you can make a case to the eye and sectionally that she was better than Animo first up. They get their chance to back her if that's the case, because she's good odds. She should map better, inside draw, closer at a mile, and she's a very, very good mare. Yeah, I think going back to a normal racing pattern, she shouldn't settle too far from them, especially with that soft barrier 1. Kieran McAvoy on board. Yeah, I can see this horse. She needs a little bit of luck from that gate once she gets out, but yeah, I like her today. And we've got Hinged, Brenton Avdulla, Chris Waller. Yeah, just what you see is what you get. You just get a tough little mare who always has a go, never runs a bad race, handles all conditions. She's just a gem. Okay, Group 1, Corey Brown, who wins the Chipping Norton? I think number 1, Animo. He's an absolute superstar. He just gets the ideal run from barrier 3. J-Mac's in form. I loved his first up win. He doesn't do too much. He just wins, just by the barest of margins, but he's an absolute superstar, and he looked great today. Well, there he is there, the champ. Look at him there, no problems whatsoever. Just put him in the box seat here and see if he can do his stuff again. He's been so good over season to season, and let's see what he can do. I think he's going to do it well, whatever he does. I think the dangers, obviously Fangirl was good
against him last time. Moanga, if anything falls into place for him, he's certainly got an opportunity today, because I thought he had the good toughen up run there at the 1400 first up. Mile suits much better, and Hinge never runs bad. If I was going to promote one horse, it would be Law of Indices. I don't know what he does. He might go forward today. 1, 11, 2 and 12, they were promising, well, they weren't promising at $1.75 this morning, Glenn, but $1.60.
Nah, $1.55 with us, Ronnie. $1.55 in from that $1.65 earlier today. Well, the two girls is one of them, Fangirl and Hinged. Well, we keep saying they're locked at the hip, and they're $8.50 a pair. And the only other runners in single figures, Moanga, not a great deal of movement for him today at $11. Laws of Indices is an $18 chance. Not much movement there. Bit of a jump to El Bodygon, who's out to $31. Huetor, Montefilia 34 a pair, Knight's Order 41, Benno 51, and Arapaho and Stockman, the two stayers, triple figures, $101 and $151. But Animo, your $1.55 favourite on the camera there, James McDonald. This is the Tab Chipping Norton Stakes, Greg.
Animo looking for his 8th Group 1. He looks every part a Group 1 champ. He's about to get around behind the gates now in front of Chantel. In fact, let's go to a right now. How does he appear to you as he arrives behind the gates?
Yep, absolutely perfect. He's just a different horse this preparation. He's so much more settled and relaxed. He still walks in the yard and owns it as he does, and he pretty much owns it behind the gates as well. He's just got this demeanour about him, but I had a good look at him as he cantered past, and he was really strong on the bridle, just what you want to see. So if you're on the favourite, he's in picture perfect condition. Hinge, she was actually one of the first to arrive here, and she's lovely and settled as she always is. Stockman's really made nice improvement as he was always going to, but he's got bigger and better things in stall. If there was one that caught my eye cantering to the gates, it was Benno actually. I think he might run a cheeky little race first up, or Animo's getting a little bit, he got a bit excited when he saw Fangirl there. He can wait for other days for that. Knight's Order has come around in really good order. I know he's a big boy, but I've seen him parade like this before, and he still ran really well when he won first up last preparation. So that's just him. And as Ronnie mentioned, Laws of Indices was brilliant. Well, looked brilliant, I should say, as he arrived here as well.
Okay, he's a 7-time Group 1 winner. His record at the mile here, Animo, he's won 5 out of 7. McDonald sits on 74 career Group 1s, and he's done it in amazing time. He'll get to 100 one day. He'd be happy to bring up 75 here this afternoon. Our camera's staying with Animo, the odds-on favourite. He's short, Ronnie, but he deserves to be.
He is. Look at him. He's the man. He's got presence. He's got presence, hasn't he? And you talk about those Group 1 wins. Imagine if you added where he was unlucky in those Group 1s. Should have won a Blue Diamond. Should have won a Golden Slipper, I say. Should have won a Golden Rose, I say. He's had excuses in real big Group 1s, but he's still multiple Group 1 winner. And this is a good horse's race, and see if another good horse can put their name next to it here.
They're about to move up for the Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes. Glenn, what price is the hot favourite now?
$160, Greg. Same price he was to win the Apollo. $160. Fangirl, $8. A similar price to what she was in the Apollo. Hinged, $8.50, shorter than the Apollo. And Moanga, $11, basically similar price to the Apollo. Can he do it? Animo?
We're about to find out. Benno's coming up, the Derby runner-up, and Stockman the stayer. So Arapaho in the blue cap and Benno in the white cap. Moanga's coming up, and here's Darren Flindell for the Group 1.
Been won by all of the greats in years gone by. Can Animo add his name to the list? El Bodygon goes in. The light is on. We're ready for the Chipping Norton. The Tab Chipping Norton field is ready, and they're dispatched. They're off and racing. Now, Animo settles about 4th last out of the gates. Knight's Order stamped urgent, together with Moonga wide out. And Moonga showing tremendous zip to move up on the outside of Knight's Order. And they've opened up several lengths clear. El Bodygon goes forward on the outside of Hinge. Then came Arapaho, followed by Fangirl. And now Animo gets to midfield. In advance of Laws of Indices, followed then by Benno. 2 after Montefilia from Huetor. and Stockman's last of all. Going to the first bend, the pace is still on. Knight's Order really being tested by Moonga. Bowman just has to ease back a little bit and let Knight's Order have his own way. Leads by a half length to Moonga, but the pace has been strong early. Bodigan gets to a clear third. 2 lengths away to Hinge, followed by Fangirl, then Camarapaho. Laws of Indices next on the rails inside the hot favourite Animo. 2 lengths then to Benno from Huetor, Modophilia, and Stockman is the last one. Inside the 600 metres, Knight's Order and Moonga. They've been at it from the start. 2 lengths away to Bodigan and a clear third, followed by Hinge, then Camarapaho. Animo gets onto his back, and Fangirl is pinching. Good ground, very good ground as they turn for home. It's Knight's Order and Moonga the outside. Fangirl has to go back to the inside. Animo lets loose now, and he lets go with a big sprint in the middle of the track, and the Super Stallion Animo races to the lead and kicked away from Moonga. Fangirl, and then came Laws of Indices, but here's Group 1 win, number 8 for the great Animo, destroys them in the Chipping Norton. Fangirl second, Moonga Brave in third, followed by Laws of Indices, Modophilia late, further back to Hinged and Knight's Order, a gap to Arapaho, Benno, then came Stockman, Bodigan, and Huetor was last in.
Well, just like in the Sires and the Rosehill Guineas today in the Chipping Norton, he puts a gap in them. And he loved it today, having something to chase. Good horses to chase, but he made it easy. That is his 8th Group 1 success. More to come. James McDonald chalks up Group 1 win number 75. James Cummings goes to 37 individually. Add on a couple that he trained with his famous grandfather Bart. He won't get a more bigger thrill than watching this horse. 1:11.25. Moonga's got into third. It is Fangirl second, Moonga third, Law of Indices fourth.
What a star. What a star he is. He doesn't win by big margins, but he put a gap in him today. Missed the start today, and who would have thought they would have went out that hard, but he just judged the speed. You know, he didn't have to be in the first 3 or 4, which at first glance you thought, because McDonald says, no, they're going too quick. I'll come back a length now. I won't overtax him, and it worked out beautifully when Arapaho took him further into the race than expected, and away he goes. Fangirl ducks back to the inside and gallant again. Moonga did that work up front, and he's going well. He's threatening to win one of these Group 1s, but not why this big boy's around. Animo.
They've been waiting to ride him like this, Ronnie, for a long while. He's been obviously drawing well and settling a lot closer than what they'd like to have ridden him just because of the circumstances. But today, when he settled back where he was and the speed was really genuine, he just needs a target up in front. Once he's got that target, he pins the ears back and chases a line. That's probably one of the best wins I've seen from this horse so far.
And he's getting respectful applause as he comes back to the sign of greatness here at Royal Randwick today. Animo, his 8th Group 1 victory in a Chipping Norton Stakes.
It's just the favourite for race 7 here at Doomben. This is a classic.